Hey, this is Ken for the Information Nation. We're bringing you more stuff. That's right, we're going to bring you more stuff. Hey, it's going to be part 2 of the DIY. And we're going to talk today about equipment you should have if you're going to start doing your own, making your own juices. And then there's a number of things that, some people will say, oh, I don't use that, I use this. That's okay. This is one way of doing it. Eventually, over time, you will figure out exactly how you want to make your juice, what tools you're going to need, and everything else. This is just a starting point. So I don't want people going absolutely bonkers on me and, saying, oh, hey, I don't do that, and you're going to this, and you're going to that. This is the way I do it. However you decide you want to do it, that's what's right for you in the long run. I'm just giving you a starting point. But as we had said before, making your own juice, it can be interesting because you start to get a sense of what you are using for ingredients, what you're finding as far as flavoring goes, how to mix your flavors, maybe a little stronger, maybe a little weaker. You might only want to use 5% flavoring. You might want to use 20% flavoring. That's up to you. It's totally subjective. What you're getting here are my opinions and how I make my juice. And, you can use that for, a starting point if you'd like. And we're also going to save some money here. Some people don't like the way I use my syringe. Guess what? You're contaminating everything. No, not really, and I'm going to show you why. The last time I made a video, I got a couple of comments. Oh, you're contaminating your juice. You're contaminating this. You're contaminating that. They didn't seem to get it. So what we're going to do this time, we're going to take you through this step by step. So this one here, we're not going to start making juices yet because you need to get the right tools. Whatever works for you is fine. I'm going to show you what works for me. So let's delve down in. We're going to go back to the internet. We're going to go back to the Vapors table. And I'm going to show you what he uses in comparison to what I use. So let's take a look at what he uses. Okay, we have returned. So let's take a look at what he uses on the Vapors table for making his juice. Now he uses these little things here called pipettes. You can find them on Amazon. Matter of fact, here you can find, what they say, 100 for $6.60. They have other ones on there. Here's a 100 pack for $4.20, 3 mil. This one here is also a 3 mil. And you can see right here, you can see right at this point right here that it goes up to 1 mil. Let's take another look at it. That's the entire pipette. So you can buy them relatively cheap on the internet. Like I say, a pack of 100 for $6.60. But you have to look down here. They're plastic and they're non-sterile. So that's a problem. You would like to get some sterilized stuff. But you can always sterilize them yourself if you'd like, but being plastic, I don't know how well that would work because I don't use them. You can see he also has gloves, powder-free nitrile gloves. That's because he handles nicotine. He also has plastic bottles in 3 mil, 10 mil, and 30 mil for mixing small batches of juice. You can also get those on Amazon. He uses graduated cylinders. I don't use them. The Lure Lock syringe I do use. That's these right here. And I'll be showing you those in a minute. And those I have found work quite well. They're a little bit more expensive. You don't quite get as many as you get with the pipettes. But they seem to work well for me. So, from my aspect, this is why I say it's all subjective. It's whatever you want to use. If you want to use the pipettes, you can do that. If you want to use a syringe, you can do that. I normally buy 10 mil syringes. And there's a reason for that, and I'll get into that in a little bit. I'll get into that in a little bit. He also buys his VG, his PG. So right there's his VG, his PG, and his nicotine, which is the reason for the gloves, because of the fact, depending on the nicotine you buy, if you buy 100% nicotine, you're going to want to wear gloves. You don't want to be getting this stuff on your hands or all over the place, and you want to store it away from children and from animals because it will make them ill. And if they were to drink it, it could make them very ill, which you're going to be making a trip to the emergency room. And let's face it, we want safety first. We want everybody to be safe. Same thing with your syringes. Once you're done with them, I'm fortunate I don't have any children at home, and all my children are grown. But a young kid could grab that, a little toddler, 1 or 2 years old or 3 years old, running around with that thing, trip, fall, stick himself with it. They won't do that with the pipettes. So you people with children, you might want to take that into consideration. VG and PG is not going to hurt them, but the nicotine will definitely hurt them if they ingest it. So this is what he uses. Now, like I said, you can use whatever you want to use. This is strictly suggested. If you've got an area, a little box you can lock everything up in, hey, that's great. Me, I got it all over the place. But like I said, the pipettes, you can buy those online. I showed it to you right over here. Amazon, $4.20 for 100. And you can get more. Let's scroll on down here and see what in the heck I found. Here's a pack of 500. These are half mil, they're 3 milliliter. Pack of 500 for $14. But like I say, you're going to take them, you're going to use them, you're going to throw them away. I don't do that. Here you have glass dropper pipettes, 4-inch pack of 12 for $6. So like I say, there's a variety of things you can use on this. It's strictly up to you how you want to do this. Your nicotine, that's if you want to play with full-powered nicotine. I personally don't, and I'm going to show you why. The other thing that I've done is flavoring. I have gone to, let me call this up here for you. I have gone to Capella flavored juices, and I'm going to tell you why. One of the things that I like about Capella is the fact that you can get it in small quantities to try a flavor. So if you want to try just a flavor and you don't want to be spending a lot of stuff for it, let me, here's their flavors right here. $3.29 for a 13 ml bottle. And these are concentrated flavors, so you're not going to use the whole thing on one bottle of juice. You won't even come close to using 1 ml. So that's, like I say, you might get 3, maybe 4, 3 to 6 bottles of juice out of each one. And that's a 30 ml bottle. Unless you're making a 20% mix on a 30 ml bottle, you're looking at, you'll get 2 bottles of juice at $3.29 a bottle. Capella, I understand. I have not tried these people yet. I just ordered from them the other day, and I'm waiting for the juice to arrive. But you may like going that route. I buy most of my stuff in 2-ounce bottles direct from e-liquid. If you look at my last video, you'll find the link there. And I like their juices, but I want something a little bit more. And I've heard so many good things about Capella, I thought I'd give them a try. So I ordered, I think it was 6 juices or 7 juices. The only bad thing with Capella that I have found is their shipping is a little bit high. I went and ordered, I think it was 6 or 7 bottles. It was like $13 shipping. And that's the cheapest shipping that they had. So, whatever. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. You know, it all depends on how you want to do this stuff. But anyhow, that's a look at how he does it. And he was the one that suggested Capellas for me. So I thought, okay, I'm going to give him a try. I've heard a lot of good things about him. But let's see what I personally use for mixing juices. So let's get off the internet and do some other stuff here. Okay, here's what I use. And I just wanted to show this to you real quickly. That's a 30 ml bottle. And I buy them in amber. I used to buy them with the dripper, but I no longer do that. I just get the flat top on there. The dropper part of it, on the ones that I do have, I pulled them off of there. Mainly because they don't fill the way they should. I don't like them. I prefer this type of bottle. Now, the syringe, that's a syringe that I buy. That is a 10 mil syringe with a 2-inch needle on it, flat nose needle. And the reason I get that is because it goes almost all the way down. I don't know if we can show that to you. You can see it, probably not, but it goes almost all the way down to the bottom of the bottle. So I can pretty much empty a bottle with it. And the other thing that I do is I took clear nail polish and put it over the numbers, and so it keeps the numbers on there a little bit better. And the needles that I bought, I made the mistake, and don't you make the mistake, because you can probably get it already pre-made. I made the mistake of buying these needles 1.5 inches long, and they were too short. So what I had to do was I went out and I bought a box of needles, and I bought 50 of them, and that's exactly what I've got right there. They're 14 gauge by 2 inches long. They're blunt tip needles, so you know they're not sharp or anything. You can just, not a problem. So I had to buy some extra needles. But if you look on Amazon, you can find these syringes with a 2-inch blunt tip needle on there. The reason I bought this type of syringe is, should the needle break or bend or whatever, I can take the darn needle right off just by twisting it, and it comes right off. Now, I prefer using this over the pipettes because of the fact that I can regulate, I can get a full 10 mil into that and then just inject it into my bottles. So that works out pretty well for me. Flavoring, I get it from e-liquid. That's cherry flavoring. It's a concentrate. I buy it right from them. They're not too expensive either. The other thing that you might be looking at over here wondering what in the heck has he got is I bought one of these. It's a graduated Pyrex glass, and it costs like 99 cents over at Walmart. You don't need this. I have it because what I do when I'm mixing things, and this is where people get the mistake. When I mix things, I'll fill this about halfway full of water. Then when I use the needle and I take the flavoring out, and I might be using 2 or 3 different flavors to mix things together, I take this, I stick it in here, and I flush it out. Absorb it, push it out. Absorb it, push it out. Then I just take and wipe the tip of the needle off, and it's clean and ready to go for the next flavor or whatever I'm going to use it for. All right. Now, you don't have to have one of these, but when we get into mixing, I'll show you why this is useful. The other thing that I do, and I told you this before, I don't wear rubber gloves. This is a 32 ounce, I think it's a 32 ounce bottle of juice. And you can see right on there, it's 80% VG, 20% PG, 18 mil of nicotine. That's the density. Now, since then, I've gone all the way down to 6. This is the way I buy my juice. It's all pre-mixed. I don't have to measure out my nicotine and my VG and my PG. I don't have to measure it. I pre-order it to the way I'm going to vape it. That's why I like e-liquid. And the other thing that I've done, let me show you this. You'll like this. I take that, shake it up real well, and I pour it into this bottle. Now, this is a 6% mix, and I've got 6% PG, VG nicotine mix, premix. And I just take and pour it into here, and the nice thing about these, it's got the nice big mouth top on it. Makes it easy. It closes and seals. It's got the nice little seal cap, and before I pour it into my juice bottle, or my, I take and shake it up. You want to make sure you've shaken it up. And the reason being, see, I got it on my hands already. A little bit leaked out. It's not a big deal. The reason you want to shake it up is to make sure that the nicotine, everything is mixed up, because you'll find if you order something like this, you'll be able to see different layers in here. It's mixed, but it's the same thing. Before I pour it into that bottle, I'll take this and I'll shake it up a few times, and that way I know that everything is mixed when it goes into here, and I know that everything is mixed when I shake that, and I put it into into one of my 30 ml bottles. The other thing that comes in handy is Kleenex. You don't need it, but it does work nice for cleaning up dribbles. So that's basically what I use for tooling. Like I say, you can use whatever you want. You like the pipette, the idea of the pipettes, you go ahead and buy the pipettes. That's okay. This is just a starting point. So anyhow, what we're going to do is next time we're going to get into some mixing. And I haven't figured out yet what we're going to mix up, but we're going to get mixed up next time. And show you exactly how I do things, and that way you'll have a starting point. Like I say, all of this stuff is my opinion. But hey, I hope this video has been helpful to you. This is Ken for the Information Nation, bringing you more stuff. What you hear here are my opinions. Hey, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends. And don't forget, in the meantime, in between time, ain't we got fun? Have a great day.